Hi guys, I haven't made a video in a while and I felt like I was kind of neglecting you, so I decided to make one. Um, let's see what's new with me. Well, yesterday on Friday, I had biology and my teacher has been discussing for about a week about how we're going to dissect fetal pigs on Tuesday. And I was kind of freaking out because I'm not vegetarian, but I specifically don't eat pigs, like anything, bacon, pork, just I don't. And so I was kind of freaking out about this. And, I talked to him. I was like, I really don't want to do this dissection. He's like, oh no, there's always girls that say, oh, I don't want to do this. And then, during, the dissection, when they're, off in the corner not, participating, they kind of start getting interested and then they're like really into it and they really like it. And so he was expecting me to kind of, come around and be like, oh, hey, this is fun. And I didn't think that was going to happen. And so on Friday he was going to show us a video and like how we're supposed to like dissect them. And so he's like telling us like, the procedures, and he's like, okay, you're gonna get gloves and an apron. He puts on this apron and we're gonna do this. And he's like, I actually have one of the pigs with me today and I'm gonna show you how to dissect it for Tuesday. And I started freaking out. And so I'm sitting there on my desk like this, like just sitting there, and I start hyperventilating and I start crying, and I have this giant panic attack in the middle of class and everyone's kind of staring at me. And then my friend comes up and she's like, Ashley, do you want me to ask, the teacher if you can leave? And I was like, yeah. And so she walks up to the front, she asks him, and then I pick up my backpack and I just like rush out of the classroom, and I basically break down crying outside of the classroom, and I'm like dizzy and shaking and freaking out. And that was probably the worst panic attack I've ever had. It was really bad. And so each class is 2 hours, and it was only like 15 minutes in a class. And so me and my friend just kind of sit outside and I try to calm down. And we sit out there for about an hour and a half, and I'm not really getting better. And then I meet up with another one of my friends and we're talking, and she mentions show choir. And I had tried out for show choir and I was really nervous because, I'm a freshman and, trying out, it was really scary. And she's like, did you see the audition list? And I said, they put it out? Oh my God, did I get in? She's like, no. And I was like, oh. And that kind of like, and my panic attack wasn't completely over yet. And so that like, it didn't make it worse, but it definitely made my day worse. This was Friday the 13th, by the way. This all happened. And so I got really sad and I was just having a terrible day, and I would have to go to math later and I really hate math. And so I was really upset. And but one thing that made it better was I went and I saw the audition list, and I would say about 20-25 people auditioned and only 4 people got in. And one of them, to be totally honest, was this girl. I'm not going to say a name, but she's basically tone deaf and everyone hates her. That's that's the truth, the sad truth, but she got in, which I thought was weird, and it's only because she like did this dance really well. That so they teach us a dance in like 2 minutes and then like expect us to perform it really well. And I thought that was kind of ridiculous. And then they teach us a song in like 5 minutes and expect us to do really well. And I'm like, no, maybe if you had like given me a song and I could have prepared for it, then it would have went well. And like I think I did pretty well. Like I mean, I didn't mess up terribly or anything like that. And so yeah, and so this one terrible girl got in, and then this other girl, she's good, but the only reason she got in was because she was the teacher's helper, kind of like a TA. And so she had to get in. Like she got into show choir, concert choir, and regular choir. Like she got into every single choir because she has to help out the teacher. So I thought it was kind of rigged, to be totally honest, and I am upset. But about an hour and a half after I left, I call my dad and I'm still kind of freaking out, and he picks me up Well, he says he's going to pick me up. And so I walk back to my biology class and I have to tell him that I'm leaving because I can't just, leave. And so I'm like I walk into the classroom and there's like a big TV, but it's like 5 feet in front of me, so I can't see what's on the TV, but I can hear it. And it's basically like talking about like it was like a video of how to do it. And they're like, so then you rinse out the carcass, and I like almost puke, and it really freaked me out. And then Elena's the friend who went with me outside and kind of comforted me. She told my teacher that I'm gonna leave, and so he walks over to me and he says, can you step outside for a second? And so, we step outside and he's talking to me. He says, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm feeling better. And I think I'm gonna be okay. And he says, so are you going home? And I was like, yeah, I don't really feel good. And he's like, all because of that? And he like points back to the classroom. And I was like, yeah, it just freaked me out. I don't know why. And he's like, okay, well, I believe you. You don't have to do the dissection. So now I don't have to do the dissection after all. So I'm really happy about that because I did not want to have another panic attack in class. And he was super nice about it. And I said, do I have to do an extra project to fill in because we're doing a whole lab about this? And so I was like, do I need to do a project to make up for the points I'll lose? And he said, no, just do a few missing assignments that you have, and the assignments are really easy. And so, and like I don't have the papers anymore. I kind of threw them away of these assignments, and so I said, I don't have the papers anymore. He's like, oh, I'll get them for you. And so he was super nice about it. And so my dad comes and picks me up and he takes me home, and I basically just sit on the couch all day. And about 15 minutes after I get home, I get a call from my teacher, and he talks to my dad. And my dad says that, he called to check up on me and make sure I was doing okay and, sort of apologize. And he said that he tries to push kids so they can step out of their comfort zone, but for me, this was too big of a step. And it's good to know that teachers honestly care, you know. On a happier note, well, maybe not so happy. Finals are in, today's the 14th, 3 weeks. 4 weeks? I don't know. Oh, yeah, about a month. And one final I'm really freaking out about is my drama final. I'm in drama, and for our final, we have to do an audition for a thing called troupe. And troupe is basically like advanced drama. And so if you audition and you're good, you get in. And so you have to perform either a monologue, like a classical monologue and a regular modern monologue, or a song and a modern monologue. And so I'm doing the song and the modern monologue, and I'm really nervous because the teachers don't decide if you get in, it's mostly the kids. Like the kids who are in troupe decide if you get in or not. And like I think I'm gonna do okay because most of the troop kids like me. I don't have any enemies. I know a lot of them, but not like too many. And there's some kids that I know that have like a bunch of enemies in there, and I'm like, ooh, that's not gonna go so well. And so I'm really nervous for that. And I was going to do a song called I Can Hear the Bells from Hairspray. But one of my friends did it last year for her troupe audition. So, they would compare me to her. And then I was going to do Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And another one of my friends had done it last year. And so I really don't know what to do. And I was thinking of doing When You're Good to Mama from what's it called? Chicago? Wait. Yeah, Chicago. Or something from like Sweeney Todd. I don't know. But I don't know. And the last thing, well, I have this really good friend of mine, and she is going through a rough time right now, and she's really hard on herself. And so we got into this fight, and she said, just give up on me. And I kept telling her that I would never give up on her ever, but she doesn't believe me. And so if you guys have any suggestions, because like I want to do something to show that I would never give up on her and that I'm always going to be there for her, because we're so alike and we're best friends, and I would never just desert her like that. And it kind of hurts that, like, she thinks that I would actually do that. But I'm looking for some kind of idea of how I can show her that she means the world to me. Okay, yeah, that's about it. And if you guys have anything that you want me to talk about specifically, like, I don't know, movies, I don't care. If there's anything you want me to talk about, just go ahead, comment, inbox. I don't care. Just let me know and I will provide for you. All right? Good? Cool. See ya.